Happy 76th birthday to our Prime Minister, Bibi Benjamin Netanyahu. He was born in Tel Aviv just 1 year after this whole country was reborn. This ancient people returned to our homeland, and the nation was reborn, just like it says in Isaiah chapter 66. And we're all waiting with bated breath to know what's going to happen next with this war. Am I going to be released? Are the reservists going to be released to go home and put their uniform away? Or are we going to defeat the Hamas? I believe we need to defeat the Hamas and not trust them, not make deals with them, nothing. I know we have Bezalel Smotrich, the finance minister, saying we have to defeat them. We've got to come together and defeat them. And I know even there's other countries who agree, and also others have said that. We'll see what happens here. Right now we have Smotrich meeting with the Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent in the United States in Washington, D.C., thanking the Trump administration for their hard work, discussing how do we get these evil cartel Hamas murderers, bullies to just disarm. How do we do this and expand the Abraham Accords? That's the goal here. Something very bad happened. A list of 30,000 Air Force members of our Air Force with their photos and everything was leaked to Al Jazeera, and Al Jazeera has connections to Hamas. That we got to be careful with information. That is the basic thing. I don't know how that happened, but the enemy is at work. We got to be sharp. Netanyahu met with the Egyptian intelligence chief in Jerusalem. That's right, Egyptian intelligence, to work on intelligence together. His professional team met at the Prime Minister's office in Jerusalem. And the focus was, how do they advance the Trump plan, getting Hamas to disarm it together, working with Egypt, working together and expanding the peace that we have with Egypt. I'm just telling you about being alert. You know, I thought it was a terror attack right in front of me. Check out this video. Right in front of me. It looked like a terror attack. I think it was just a car crash, but we jumped and took action. You know, you got to be alert. Right now, the United States soldiers are here, spotted in Kiryat Gat today. United States soldiers are not in Gaza, but they're here in Israel, with the declarations of U.S. CENTCOM that there would be observer forces ready, and they could quickly be activated from observant status to deployed alongside me here in the south of Israel. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. I do see that suddenly the PA, Palestinian Authority, who are pretty much just like Hamas in many, many ways, who have done attacks on Israel, done terror, they're asking for a 67 billion lottery win. I mean, they want 67 billion to be given to them by the world. And we know that if you're thinking that that's somehow going to get to Hamas, who's stopping it from getting to Hamas? They're saying they want to rebuild Gaza, but Hamas just raped, murdered, killed, massacred. They don't need 67 billion. We don't trust them as far as we can see them. Right? So I know that you have the PA Prime Minister Mohammed Mustafa just unveiling this big reconstruction plan with 56 projects across 18 sectors of Gaza, but we know that they're corrupt. I mean, they've taken 40% or so of the aid given to them. It's just disappeared in mismanagement. Another 23rd went to fund dead terrorist families, you know, the pay for slay. And so tens of billions that were supposed to go to hospitals, to schools, to infrastructure, ended up in Swiss accounts. Yeah, they're billionaires, these guys. So we want to give them more? No, you got to make sure this corruption won't happen. Don't continue doing the same things. We're not there anymore. We're not going to continue paying terrorists to murder Jews with money from people in the West. No. So these people that cheered October 7th are not going to just rebuild. They're going to dig more tunnels. We're not going to let this happen, guys. We've got to be smarter than this. And the victims, the Israelis who were actually butchered, are mourning their loved ones. Hey, how about money goes to them, to rebuild their lives in the kibbutzes? Don't fall to the foolishness. That's all I say. Don't fall to the foolishness. Now, here's what's happening. There's a lot of people right now that are starting to open up and tell their story. Eitan Horn of Kibbutz Nir Oz, he was in captivity, and he says that he decided to fast on Yom Kippur. He's 37 years old, and he decided he's going to properly observe this holiest day. Segev Khalfon, you know, he was in that tunnel held by Hamas, and he says the Shema Yisrael out loud. He shouts it, you know. Bar Cooperstein, he said that the song that strengthened him the most was a song which is Ve'afulu Ba'astara Sheboteach hastara. It's a song that really is just saying, even in the darkest places, when you don't feel God, He's there with you. He's present with you. It's a very famous religious song written 200 years ago by Rabbi Nachman. You have Ron Bashlavsky, and you have him saying, I am a Jew, I am a strong Jew. And he says, really, it's because of God, because of faith. Elia Cohen, same thing, saying every morning he would go to one side of the room and pretend to put on tefillin. Omer Shem Tov said how he sees the connection of faith and God.
ישר הורידו אותי למנהרה, והייתי בתוך תא קטנטן, שהיה 40 מטר מתחת לאדמה. לא יכולתי לעמוד בתוך התא, לא יכולתי לפרוס את הידיים מצד לצד. חושך מוחלט, כשאני אומר חושך מוחלט זה... אתה לא רואה כלום, שום דבר, אין צללים, אין כלום. ודווקא בתוך החושך הזה, מצאתי הכי הרבה אור. אני לא יודע למה, ואני חושב שזה היה תפילות ששלחו לי. תפילות, אנרגיה, איך שתרצו לקרוא לזה, זה לא משנה. שהרגשתי אותם, והרגשתי אותם הכי חזק שיכול להיות. והייתי כל ערב לפני שהייתי הולך לישון, היה לי 5 דקות כאלה, שהייתי מדבר עם אלוהים.
And they tried to get him to convert, right? They tried to get these people to convert to Islam, and they said, no, no, no. I'm telling you what, God has got plans for us. I look at Isaiah 51, verse 3. The Lord will comfort Zion, look with compassion on her ruins, make her deserts like Eden, the wastelands like the garden of the Lord. Joy and gladness will be found in her, thanksgiving and the sound of singing.